Day 3, I'm coming at you and I'm jumping right on the scale. What's more, now that we've got a few days of data, I'm going to start including a shot of my spreadsheet with this so you can get that direct comparison. Well, a good Monday morning to you. My first Monday on the keto diet and doing the 60 Days of Keto series, so it should be interesting. As far as how I'm feeling in this moment, a little tired, but that's related more to the editing that I've been doing for this video. Food-wise and true body feeling-wise, though, 2 thumbs up. Now, the name of the game today is balance, which goes oh so well with a comment that I received on yesterday's day 2 video from Prophetess Fry. Chip, you're off to a great start. It's all about balance, balance, balance. Exactly. So trying to spread out those calories, grams of fat, grams of protein. Just make each meal really try to hold its own throughout the day. And then hopefully by dinner, I'm not so hungry that I nearly eat 1,200 calories in one sitting. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back and watch yesterday's video. So without further ado, let's try to balance that breakfast a little bit. And what changes am I making to breakfast to try and bring that balance? Well, I'm sticking with my 3 pieces of bacon and 2 eggs, but adding to it. Specifically on the eggs, 44 grams of a Mexican blend cheese. But I'm not stopping there. This breakfast is also including an entire avocado. Let me say, from a taste perspective, both of these things were positive improvements. The crispy cheese on the eggs really helped enhance that flavor. And then lightly salted avocado, which I could eat by itself or with the eggs or with the bacon or mix all 3 together. It was a quite tasty breakfast. And in addition to boosting the flavor, I did find a nice balance in the nutrition. Today's numbers for breakfast: total calories 672, grams of fat 55, grams of protein 34, net carbs 5, and cost of the meal, $2.70. What's more, those numbers are right where I was hoping to be. Grams of fat, I doubled it from yesterday's breakfast, and it hit about 1/3 of the grams I need for the day. Protein, just a slight increase, and it's about 1/4 of what I need for the day. And though those net carbs are way higher than yesterday's breakfast, they're still about 20% of what I get for the entire day. As for calories, nearly exactly 1/3 of the day, so if I am gonna eat 3 square meals, this nailed it. For lunch, I'm taking a page out of my day 2 book, in that I had some leftovers from dinner last night, and why not freshen those up for lunch today? To do that, I begin with a nice bed of raw baby spinach, and then dump the rest of my BTA bowl on top of it, and a little drizzle of avocado oil on top of that. For those that didn't see my day 2 video, BTA, that's bacon, tomato, avocado bowl with some chicken mixed in, and the entire make of it is in the day 2 video. So if you think this looks tasty, make sure you check out the video and you can make it yourself. What's nice is the flavor of the leftover BTA bowl plus the extra moisture or grease from the avocado oil made the whole thing really nice and pleasant to eat. What's more, it once again had a really good fit within the macros for the day. Total calories, 514, total grams of fat, 45, grams of protein, 23, and net carbs, 2. Cost for this meal, $1.56. It turns out when you have a really big fat-filled breakfast, you don't find a need to have a snack for the day. That said, I did do something I haven't yet done. I had a drink that was not water. Specifically, after the late night last night, I wanted a little pick-me-up, so I went for a keto-style cup of coffee. For this, I brewed 14 ounces of the bitter brown water, added in monk fruit sweetener, which has 0 net carbs thanks to the erythritol being a sugar alcohol that is not processed by the body, a little dash of vanilla extract, and then a rather good helping of heavy whipping cream. Probably a little too much if I'm being honest. Finishing it off with a nice dash of cinnamon. The end result was delicious. And what's more, the macros really fit in with a more fat-focused type of diet. Calories for this drink, 247, yeah, coming mostly from the cream. Fat grams, all from the cream, 25. Grams of protein, 0. Net carbs, 0. Cost, 35 cents. Now that's a keto snack and a good pick-me-up for the day. Now at this point in my day, I have been loading up the fat grams, which means that I could go a bit leaner for dinner and totally meet my goals. Which means it was finally time to bust out the salmon and this sauce that I am a huge fan of this company and hadn't yet had a chance to try this marinade. Take those 2 things and add in some spears of zucchini, and dinner was delicious and nutritious. One other thing I did was actually in advance go into the Carb Manager app to find out how much fish would help me meet the goals for the day. Turns out 8 ounces on the nose plus 2 spears of zucchini got me right where I wanted to be. So for this meal, what I consumed: calories 494, grams of fat 28, grams of protein 51, and net carbs, 3. It was also the most expensive meal yet on the keto diet, but that's of course because of the fish, and still not that bad. $4.67 for everything that I ate. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please for the final tally on day 3 of 60 days of keto. Why am I announcing it so? Because just check these stats out. 1,927 calories, and the target is 1949, so 22 shy. 153 grams of fat, the target is 152. That's basically a bullseye. 108 grams of protein out of a target of 122. So I was keeping my calories down, having the right amount of fat, and being under protein, fine with that, especially because net carbs, 10. 14 under the goal for the day. It's actually been less and less each day. 19 and a half the first day, 18 the second day, 10 today. So this diet is indeed possible for me. I think the big difference today was those tweaks that I made going into it. Just starting out with a much bigger and more fat heavy breakfast. Not only did that help me as I progressed through the day with what I was consuming and adding on, but in complete honesty, it just made me feel full for longer. I was satiated well to lunch, not to mention that snack of coffee, that cream, I'm sure helped along the way. In fact, when I was eating lunch, I still wasn't as hungry as I had been throughout the day yesterday. So I think that's going to be my personal trick. Try and make breakfast a bigger meal to get me further into the day before I have to eat again. And maybe there's something to be said of having a little late morning, early afternoon coffee with way too much heavy cream. So at this point, I've got 3 days behind me, and I'm feeling really good about the progress and my understanding and my ability to really track what I'm eating. And I've even been able to experiment a little bit. You know, the avocado smoothie, if you missed that one, go back to the day 2 video. Trying that salmon with the zucchini and that marinade, which, be forewarned, if you're gonna do what I did, cook the zucchini separately, or at least get it started separately. It was a little undercooked, still fine, just a little more crunchy than I expected as I was eating it. Looking ahead, in the next day or so, I expect that the state of ketosis will start to descend upon me. And that's really what I'm most interested in at this point. What will the transition be like for me physically, mentally, emotionally perhaps? And how quickly will the results start coming in once I reach that state? Well, curiosity will only get me so far. The best thing that I can keep doing is just keeping this keto diet going. And then, of course, for you, you can just continue to follow along on the journey. I have a feeling that a lot of people that will watch these will have attempted keto before, but I'm trying to make these for the people who haven't and who have been curious about it, to give them a true day-by-day accounting of my experience, the meals, and the effects, and just how I feel and how I change. But whoever you are, thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with me through this journey. If you've missed any of the days, I've been loading each video into a pre-made 60 days of keto playlist, which should be about right here. Click that and you'll get to see any of the days, including the day 0 preparation video. I thank you in advance for the likes, comments, and subscriptions, and hope you continue with me on this full journey. We're 3 down with 57 to go.